Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys Games Collectibles. And today we are looking at a 2000 release by Corgi from their Noddy In Toyland series of die-cast miniature model vehicles that came complete with the miniature figures. And this particular one we are looking at today is of PC Plod in his police car, with Gobbo in his cell in the back of the car. Okay, now this is the 2000 release. Now Corgi did actually go on to re-release these in 2001, but it was then in different packaging with different back cards. So and the figures were also separate. They weren't actually in the sitting in the car as they are sitting in the vehicles as they are in this particular series. Okay, so this is a box that the item comes in, and it says Lado, the collector's choice, Noddy In Toyland from 3 years, and it's got Blyton's Toyland at the bottom, and at the bottom you can see all of the Noddy characters in the Noddy's train, and just behind the window you can see in it the model of PC Plod's police car, and together with PC Plod and the cell. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's just turn the box round to the back and let's see what we've got on the back. So on the back here, it shows you all the other vehicles in the same set, all the other models in the same set. And it says Toyland Cars, and there's an image of Noddy on the top left-hand corner. And you've got Mr. Plod's police car, which is what this one is. You've got Noddy's car, Mr. Milko's milk van, a Toyland fire engine with big ears, Mr. Sparks pickup truck, and Gobbo's car. And it says collect the set, and at the very bottom you got Blyton's Toyland. If I just turn the box to the side, it's got Toyland Cars, die-cast models, Blyton's Toyland, and I think it's exactly the same on the other side. Yep, Toyland Cars, die-cast models, Blyton's Toyland. And if I turn the box to the bottom, you've got all of the licensing and the warning information at the bottom. We've got Lado collectibles and not suitable for children under 3 years old, and a CE and so on barcode. Okay, so that is the item in the box. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the box, remove the item, and let's have a look at the model outside of the box. Okay, so I've removed the model from the box, and it's still on the inner packaging, or the plinth if you like, and it comes in this little display or this plastic carton which holds it in position. I'm just going to move that out of the way, and there we can see we've got PC Plod's police car on the plinth, and it's in front of an image of Noddy and his friends in the train. Incidentally, you've got PC Plod in the train there and in the car. There we go. Isn't that surprising? Okay, so this is the model itself. I've just moved the cell out of the way. I'll move that for the second there, and there's PC Plod there. Let's get him out of the way as well, because I want to look at the model vehicle first. So it says Toyland Cars by Lado. I can't quite read what that says there. It says C and EBL, whatever that's supposed to mean. I've got absolutely no idea, but there we go. Okay, so there's the model. Now, it is got 3 rolling wheels on the bottom there, as you can see. There's no other functionality on the model itself. It's literally just the 3 rolling wheels. It is quite heavy in comparison for the size of the model, but that's because it is a die-cast body. So the whole top chassis is die-cast metal, and the bottom is plastic. I thought that was die-cast, but that's not. The bottom there is plastic. The wheels are obviously cream plastic. The guards are also plastic, and the bumper and the grille are also plastic. The windscreen is plastic. The light is plastic. The steering wheel is also plastic. The front seats are plastic, and the bottom of the back is also plastic. But that is really heavy, considering that the only metal part of it is the main body. but there we are. That has actually surprised me, the weight. But anyway, so it's PC Plod's car exactly as it appeared in the television series Noddy's Toyland Adventures, which I think ran from 92 to 94, 95, something like that, and its original run, and obviously then it was repeated afterwards. And this was the first release of the toys, which were released in 2000. Okay, so that is the model itself. Let's look at some measurements. So the length of the model from the front of the bumper to the back is 10 centimeters. The height of the model from the bottom of the wheel, let's go, to the top of the windscreen is 5 centimeters. And if I measure across the bottom at the widest point, which is across the back wheels, we're 5.5 centimeters. So that gives you an idea of the size of the model. And as I say, it has got 3 rolling wheels. It does zoom around. It's very good rolling wheels, and they don't stick at all. It does actually zoom on any surface, so pretty good movability on the model. Obviously it comes with PC Plod, and there is PC Plod, and he looks exactly like he does again on the television show, in the books, and what have you. And PC Plod measures about 6 centimeters tall. He is 4 centimeters wide, I should say, and width wise he is about 2 centimeters, sorry, in depth. He is actually sitting down, as you can see, and he does sit very comfortably in front of the steering wheel, and looks great inside the model. He doesn't fall out. You have to pick him up and pull him out because he is a very nice tight fit, unlike some of the others which are very loose. He's a pretty good fit, PC Plod, into there. And it also comes with the cell at the back, which has an image of Gobbo on the cell, in the cell, which is basically just a card image. On 2 sides you can see an image of Gobbo. The other 2, the back sides, are just an empty cell. So depending if you wanted to have the cell, I think you can remove that card. So if you wanted to have an empty cell, I think the card just pulls out. Yes, it does. So the card pulls out from the bottom. So if you wanted just to have an empty cell, you could do. Or if you wanted Gobbo in the cell, you just pop the card back in, and there you can see Gobbo is in there behind bars. Now, size of this, the cell is 4.5 centimeters tall by just under 3 centimeters wide, and by, again, the same 3 centimeters tall, width-wise rather. So wide, height, and depth, width and height. There we go. Okay, and the cell, just to say, just pops into the back of the, there we go, pops into the back of the car. Which way does that go in? Must be that away. No, must be that away. I think it's that way. Yep, there we go. So it's that way. So the deep sections at the back pop into the lower sections of the back of the car, and the higher sections where the cutouts are is for the grooves in the back of the police car. Okay, so that is the PC Plod's vehicle. So how well did these do 24 years ago when they first come out? Well, Noddy's always been a very popular television program, book series, and so on. So, and really anything that Corgi or Lido do are always very popular, and these were no exception. So, yep, they've done very well. They've done very well in actual fact, so that they done a second run of these models. These were the 2000 release, which is the first release. They did rerun them again in 2001. Obviously, they'd sold out of them and still had a demand for them. But they redone them again in different packaging. So the later packaging had the car on its own, and you had the character sitting by itself on the side of the box. I can't remember there being any backdrop on the other ones. I think it was just a a red backdrop with a bubble that went over the whole of the model. So it was a complete bubble rather than just like this one is. Let's just pop that back in because I've knocked that out again. So rather than this, the bubble on this one is, which just covers the car itself, like so. The bubble on the later style was a complete bubble, so it was like a complete window, if you like. So there we are. So yeah, they've done very well. What do they like to find these days? Well, they're getting harder and harder to find, especially in this mint unused condition or unopened condition, which wasn't opened until I opened it. This particular one, you can see the bubble has discoloured somewhat, so it must have been in some light at some point, because the bubble has discoloured slightly, and quite a few of the other ones we got in stock are still in the clear bubble. So this one must have been exposed to a little bit of light at some point in its life. Otherwise, do they come up very often these days on the platforms? Well, not really, not these earlier versions. You do quite often see the later versions come up, but the earlier versions are pretty much few and far between. You very, very rarely see them come up on platforms, which is hardly surprising because they did come in and sold out. So yeah, a little bit more difficult to find the original release rather than the reissues in 2001. But of course, as you know, we at Midas Touch have managed to find quite a few of these. Now, these particular models were actually from a closed down toy and vintage toy and comic book. I say vintage toy. It was a toy and comic book shop that had been around for many, many years. I think right back to the 60s. And they have been operating for many years, a husband and wife team, and their daughter was also involved, I believe. But unfortunately, during the COVID, they had to close, and they never really recovered after COVID, and they decided to close the shop down, and we were given the opportunity to go in and buy out all their stock, which we did do. And these particular models we found in the stock room, and there was a whole set of these. There must have been 15 or 20 of these Noddy models, which we purchased along with all the other stock that they had available. So this particular model and all the other models that came with the series are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Noddy items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something you won't want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful old model with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. Bye for now.